Chameleons, with their unique physical characteristics and behaviors, have a fascinating reproductive cycle that is of great interest to herpetologists, biologists, and pet owners alike. Understanding the reproductive cycle of chameleons is crucial for their conservation, proper care in captivity, and for scientific research. Mating and courtship behaviors. The reproductive cycle of chameleons begins with mating and courtship behaviors, which can be quite elaborate and species-specific. Male chameleons typically display vibrant colors and perform specific body movements to attract females and to intimidate rival males. They may puff up their bodies, sway from side to side, and rapidly change colors. Females, on the other hand, will display their receptiveness or lack thereof through their coloration and behavior. A receptive female may show brighter colors and allow the male to approach, while a non-receptive female may turn dark, hiss, and attempt to flee. Copulation. Once a female accepts a male, copulation occurs. The male grabs the female by the neck or the back of her head with his mouth, which helps to keep her still during the mating process. The male then curls his tail under the female's tail to bring their cloaca into contact, allowing for the transfer of sperm. Copulation can last from a few minutes to several hours, depending on the species. Post-mating behavior and gestation. After mating, the female undergoes a gestation period, during which the fertilized eggs develop inside her body. The length of gestation varies among species, ranging from a few weeks to several months. During this time, the female may show changes in behavior and coloration, often becoming more reclusive and displaying darker colors. She may also eat more to support the developing eggs. Egg development and laying. Once the eggs are fully developed, the female needs to lay them. In species that lay eggs in the ground, the female will search for a suitable site with the right temperature and humidity conditions. She will dig a hole, lay her eggs, and then cover them up. The number of eggs laid varies widely among species, ranging from just a few to several hundred. For live-bearing species, the female retains the eggs inside her body until they are ready to hatch. She then gives birth to fully formed young. The number of young produced can vary, but it is generally fewer than the number of eggs laid by egg-laying species. Incubation and hatching. For egg-laying species, the eggs are left to incubate in the nest site. The incubation period can last several months, depending on the species and environmental conditions. During this time, the embryos inside the eggs develop until they are ready to hatch. Once ready, the young chameleons use a special egg tooth to break out of the eggshell. They are born fully formed and are able to fend for themselves immediately, as there is no parental care in chameleons. Parental care and juvenile development. Chameleons do not provide parental care to their young. Once the eggs are laid or the young are born, the female's role in reproduction is done. The young chameleons are left to fend for themselves, finding food and avoiding predators on their own. Juvenile chameleons grow rapidly, and their care requirements can be quite different from adults. They require smaller prey items, higher humidity levels, and more frequent feeding. Understanding these requirements is crucial for their survival in captivity. Reproductive health and longevity. The reproductive cycle of chameleons can take a toll on their health, particularly for females. Producing and laying eggs requires a significant amount of energy and resources, and it can lead to health issues if the female is not in good condition. In captivity, it is crucial to ensure that breeding females are well nourished and in good health to reduce the risk of complications. The reproductive cycle also influences the longevity of chameleons. In general, chameleons have relatively short lifespans, ranging from a few years to a decade or more, depending on the species. Breeding, particularly for females, can shorten this lifespan. Conservation and captive breeding. Understanding the reproductive cycle of chameleons is crucial for their conservation and for captive breeding programs. Many chameleon species are threatened in the wild due to habitat loss, the pet trade, and other factors. Captive breeding programs can help to ensure the survival of these species, but they require a deep understanding of their reproductive biology. Research and future directions. Research on the reproductive cycle of chameleons is ongoing, with scientists studying everything from their mating behaviors to the development of embryos. This research is crucial for conservation, for improving captive care, and for understanding the biology of these fascinating creatures. Future directions in research may include studying the genetics of reproduction, understanding the environmental cues that trigger reproduction, and developing new techniques for captive breeding and conservation. Conclusion. The reproductive cycle of chameleons is a complex and fascinating process, influenced by a variety of factors including behavior, physiology, and environment. Understanding this cycle is crucial for their care in captivity, for conservation efforts, and for scientific research. With their vibrant colors, elaborate courtship displays, and unique reproductive strategies, chameleons continue to captivate and intrigue, providing endless opportunities for study and discovery.